Yo, what's up? And hello. We have welcome to the Buttery Show for people watching live or pre-recorded. This is live, by the way. We got a new member, and we have my good friend Zoe Khan from Virginia. What's up, Zoe?
Not much. How are you? It's good to be here.
Thank good. Thank you for being part of our new show. And because, of course, our Buttery boy Cody's not here, he's busy, and I needed someone to fill in. So, thank you for joining me.
My pleasure.
Because you're still a Marvel fan, so I need a Marvel fan also with me. So yes. Before we start, tell people about you. You know, like what you do, what your interests. You know, go ahead, stuff like that.
Okay. So I'm Zoe.
Mhm.
That's what my friends and enemies call me. But I have an actual ethnic name. It's Zoha Khan. I'm Pakistani American. But so anyways, my friends just call me Zoe. So yeah, I do enjoy Marvel. I grew up and watching like Marvel movies and everything, going to all the premieres and stuff like that. So it was a lot of fun. I love watching anime, as you can see.
Almighty.
I'm Almighty, yeah. I'm really into like my Ryan knows this. My life revolves around my favorite video game franchise, which is Kingdom Hearts. So I literally there's nothing more I'm passionate about than Disney, classic Disney that is, and Kingdom Hearts, anime, just this entire world of media, right? I just love it all. So I am happy to contribute whatever I can in any of these fields. So here I am.
Okay, and hold up, you got first comment. Hey, that's not me. What's going on? No. Here's spoiler alert. This is actually Cody. He turned to Lady Loki. Hey, Cody, this is a variant.
I am a variant, so I mean.
Yeah, he knows in the picture. Look, he knows in the picture. Oh. Cody turned to a female. So yeah, Cody's your variant. Congratulations. So yeah, I arrested her because she's the fake one. I'm just kidding. Anyway, so again, Zoe, thank you for being part of this show, and thank you for being part of the Buttery Squad. Even just it's only me and Cody. Oh, Cody's here. I can actually hop in for 5 minutes. Okay, come in. So where are you, Cody? Give me a sec. Let me a sec, guys. First off, Zoe, did you like these episodes? The last 3 episodes?
Mm-hmm. I really liked seeing Loki open up to a woman in a different manner than he has ever been accustomed to. So I mean, me being a huge Tom Hiddleston fan, it's it made me it was my heart was positively a Twitter with happiness. Let's put it that way, right? I was just so giddy. I was oh my god! But I mean, Loki is a in all the movies that we've seen him in before watching the Loki show, I mean, he's just a total terrible character, right? He's just so evil. I mean, god of mischief, right? But I think it's just the bias of me liking Tom Hiddleston as an actor. I'm just drawn to him, and it's not to say that I'm drawn to villainy or people that kill others and everything, but it's just Tom Hiddleston that I love, so I can't help it. But so anyway, that brings me back to the point where I really enjoyed seeing a different side of his character, right? And just him exploring a new side of his own character that he doesn't recognize, right? That he's not used to ever. So
sorry to break in, but you're late.
See, that's my projection up there in the top left corner.
So I found your variant.
Yeah, she's up there.
Hello.
This is Buttery. So Zoe, I know you guys never probably met Zoe. This is Buttery Boy Cody. He's also my partner for this show in common. So, bro, how's your trip?
What trip? I haven't gone to New York yet.
You gonna join us for today?
For a few minutes. I'm actually having to keep track of a hurricane that's coming to Florida. So my ride is in question.
Oh my god. Okay. So yeah, let's get this. Let's put Zoe in the middle. Might as well. Okay. So let's get this panel started.
Variant down below.
You guys, review started. So Loki, we're reviewing episode 2, 3, 4. So yeah, we did review 2 and 3 in 2 weeks. So and 4 came out 2 days ago, so might as well. Episode 2, basically, Loki goes to the TVA, well, finds out more about them, right? He actually works for them now. And after that, like, he finds out that there's actually another Loki variant out there, which is actually a female. And they actually go to Wisconsin. And this Loki female or Loki variant actually can actually hypnotize people, enchant them. So I thought that was an enchantress before. I was like, this doesn't, nah.
Hey, that was a name drop. He said enchant.
Enchantress? So, but I think it's still called Sylvie because like the Loki thing was called Sylvie in the comics, so maybe that's why. Maybe we're not. We might combine the characters. After that, basically they do some adventures. They find out that the Loki variant, basically, or female Loki, it's hard to find because she's always escaping. And Loki has a theory like, hey, this variant might be an apocalypse because they technically, because you know how the timeline goes, like if there's an apocalypse, like nothing's happening, because
it doesn't matter what you do because the outcome is always going to be the same.
Yep. So he doesn't theorize. So he actually goes to Mobius and does a spray like, hey, like I actually like the scene. That was like really like, here's a salad. Can I have a salad? Like the peppers, like And they go to Pompeii, and the theory works. Like, well, Loki does anything does random mischief around the town of Pompeii, and nothing happens. Like because there's a variant thing in their time card, and no variant activity shows up. See. Right. And Loki kind of figures out that the variant might be basically in 2050, where there's another apocalyptic event that happens in Alabama. This is a hurricane.
Why does he? Okay, yeah. I first off, let me just say, I live in Alabama, so I love that I get to sit here and experience a Marvel universe where Alabama has been name dropped twice, and one of them happened to be where Nick Fury lives there, was born where I live. So, yeah, Alabama pride worldwide.
Nice.
Roll Tide.
The whole time. So we found out that this timeline actually had a hurricane, a huge hurricane, so it can be considered an apocalyptic event. I find out that another Marvel name drop from the Netflix series, Roxxon.
Was it Roxxon in Iron Man 3 as well? It was mentioned.
Iron Man 3, and also, but it was heavily mentioned in the Netflix TV series. That's where he showed up a lot. So that's why it's also tips to the Netflix TV series. Well, it's called RoxCorp. Basically, it's a Walmart. Like, there's a big, huge Walmart where all these survivors come in, and we find out Loki variant's hiding there because she does kidnap. So she does kidnap a hunter called like a time police called C20, and does enchant her mind to.
No, that was a B15, Hunter B15, right. And she enchanted her mind and saw and made her realize the memories of her past.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. So, yeah. And
then I think that's when she introduces the idea that all the people that work at the TVA are all variants, right?
Right.
And that's when Loki theorizes that, and everyone's like, "You're just a variant. You don't know crap." Right, and then he's like, I mean, all right, so.
Yes. What else happened? Yeah, basically, Loki and Enchantress, Sylvie. They found out her name is Sylvie. They fight a little underwhelming battle. Even the Wisconsin battle was kind of underwhelming. But again, this is just like normal fighting, Marvel. And yeah, so basically, we find out that Sylvie is actually stealing those time capsules where we reset the timeline, and we find out that she actually has a lot of them in that timeline in the rock that she does actually does a surge box that activates all of them, and she does escape, but Loki does escape with her, but we find out that the sacred timeline gets effed up because now we see a lot of multiverses happening. So, Spider-Man, No Way Home. Anyway,
my question is does this happen every single time? Someone just branches out into off the secret timeline. There are billions and billions of people on Earth. And this is just the one instance that it happens. I'm sure it has to have happened many, many, many times, right?
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things that I did appreciate, and I feel like this is one of those things where I'm kind of that seems like they're excusing it for the reason of them being superheroes, but they did go into the past to the Avengers did in Endgame, and I don't know what the limitations are for people to go through different times and different ways. Maybe that it is excusable in some way or form. I don't know. Like, didn't they address that there was more than one Loki?
Right.
Yeah. I'll go my theories after the review, like the summarization, so we can talk about review. So now we go to episode 3. Episode 3, we find out that Loki. We find out more about the Loki variant, Sylvie, and we actually show her powers where she went, B-15.
Mm-hmm.
She actually went to the past, like she actually was a human being that actually had a life on Earth.
Right.
So basically, she was a variant.
Yeah.
And we find out
also like enchanted like the people at the train so that they could get inside, and then they both like got to know each other, trying not to kill each other, and then then Loki gets himself drunk, and then they both get kicked off. So
by the way, the planet that they're on,
Lamented.
that was a pivotal story. That planet in the Guardians of the Galaxy, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. By the way, so they actually go back to the TVA because Sylvie wants to kill the timekeepers, right? But of course, Hiddleston Loki eps it up, and they go to Lamented with the time thing. So
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I can. What's her name? Oh, sorry, what's her name? Zoe. Zoe. Want to continue the episode? Like summarize it. Let's see. Try.
So episode 3, I guess, like they were talking about how I think so. Was it at that point that she was starting to talk about like her childhood as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
How like she had grown up in apocalyptic environments, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that she wants to try to get out of there as soon as she can, right? Oh, little puppy! I've lost my complete train of thought.
He's like,
he was outside barking.
Damn it, Loki 1, you mean Loki 2, F up.
So cute. Man, put away Mjolnir. Don't need it right now. No, picture. Could have told me. Anyway.
She's just gonna sit there in the background.
That's so cute. What's his name?
Her name is Adelie.
Her name. Okay, gotcha. She's so cute. How old is she?
She just turned 6.
So sweet. Okay, so with the show, I think I forget how. Oh, so right, they're trying to get off the Lamentis planet, right? And like they know a way to get out of there, and they're trying to fight through all these crowds of people. And there's like this like ship or rocket type thing that is supposed to get them out of there, or can potentially get them out of there. But then they don't make it in time because the whole thing explodes pretty much. Because of the craters that are coming to the planet, they crash into it, and then just there's destruction everywhere. And then it ends with Sylvie walking away in defeat, and Loki is like, "The hell did I just do?" Like
now, okay, so let me just explain real quick. The 3rd episode, it was a filler episode for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I do like that they did try. You said it was Lament. Was the
Lamentis?
Lamentis. It's actually found in Marvel Comics, by the way. It actually did get destroyed.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm trying to say. Is that I remember reading the comic book. There was a specific point where I thought they were going to name drop a character, that lady that was in the house.
Yeah.
I thought she was going to be an important character that was actually in that story arc. And it turns out it wasn't. But the planet being destroyed, it kind of feels like... Do you think that Guardians 3 might play into that? Like,
I have a feeling Guardians 3, because like thing is, even though these 3 series are not continuous, but it said that these do have implications for the MCU.
So
like that's why I'm hoping, is because
for sure.
Lamentis was actually the when I heard that planet and I saw that the planet was being destroyed like Krypton, pretty much, I was just like, what the hell? Why aren't they talking about like all these characters that's in the comic book and the story? It was a pretty big deal, and I was like, I was hoping I'd actually see Star-Lord somehow, but yeah, it was...
or at least some kind of reference to Star-Lord or whatever.
Yeah, because that planet is a Guardians of the Galaxy specific planet. least in the comics. But yeah, it's weird that they chose Loki to kind of use this planet in its demise specifically.
Yes. We do also see good things of Loki actually being, a trickster because a party guy. I like the song. I actually remember. I want that song on my iPad.
I want it to be my alarm when I wake up in the morning.
Coming soon, the Loki soundtrack.
Like, oh, you like this? Okay, Harrison Hiddleston. He's an amazing actor. I could tell he's just doing method acting. That point's like, do you like this? Oh, it's so good. It's like, you're drunk. No. Oh.
The dude can sing
let's
too.
Get him
He's
and
so
Zemo
good.
together. I want to get him and Zemo together and them do the best dance number.
Yeah, like Feelings dance. Be like, that's right.
So maybe he's a great singer too. Like he's so good. You've seen his other stuff. Like he's such an amazing singer too.
Yeah, and Hiddleston's a good dancer. Like you actually look at his press.
He can literally do it all. He can do no wrong, and that's why I love the Hiddles.
Oh, Zoe. Anyway, so we used to see some stuff, that Sylvie, so we'll call her Sylvie. Sylvie and Loki are like, yeah, our childhoods were effed up, but we're still Loki's. Like, basically they're not villains. Like they're just misunderstood.
They're villains, but they're not villains.
I like the term anti-villain.
Yeah.
Not anti-hero, but anti-villain.
I think that definitely describes them pretty accurately, right? Like they have I don't want to say good intentions. Like they have a specific thing that they want to do, and it's not necessarily always bad. It's just that they've known one thing their entire lives, and it's neglect, right? And loneliness and stuff like that. So it's the only thing that they know, right? So they're gonna act that way, right? And it wasn't until episode 2 when Mobius released or revealed to Loki that his inevitable future was he was responsible for his adoptive mother's death.
No, it was one.
Yeah, that was what I said in the last video that we did on Loki and talking about the first episode. We had talked about how I really appreciate how, even though this is a variant that doesn't experience what Loki experienced through Thor: The Dark World and everything else, is that I can appreciate that Tom Hiddleston is pretty much playing a different version of Loki, and seeing his emotion get rocked by somebody else's experience, not necessarily him. I kind of felt for him. Like, you actually have an emotional connection to this character. But as a whole, not many villains do you feel bad for. I think the only ever time that I ever felt bad for a villain was Mr. Freeze. Mm-hmm. That was the only time.
Yes. And then we'll now go to episode 4 because, I like the sequence though, the final sequence of episode 3 where they actually go fight through the city. Yeah. The rocket. I actually like those. That was good choreography.
It was really good. It was really well done. And I like how the 4th episode just starts right there. It kind of picks up right from that moment, right? Mm-hmm. Where it shows all this chaos is ensuing and she sits down in defeat, right? And then you find out that they're both sitting ready to die pretty much, right?
Yeah.
And so what happens is, right, they look at each other and they realize that oh, look, this is it. Looks like it's, here we go, right? And then they have some sort of moment, right? And it creates some branch off the sacred timeline. And because of that, and somehow they get rescued, right? They find some sort of portal that gets them out of there. And then, it makes me oh my gosh, he actually has feelings, right? It's oh my God, forget feelings for somebody else. He has feelings, right? Before realizing, oh, he might actually love somebody, whatever it is, he actually felt something, right? So I think that was a very big moment for this character, right? And it's just so even though he's seen as a villain in everything he's been in so far, he has that human characteristic.
Yeah, right? Well, I mean, Ragnarok, he was really a villain. He was more like a playful banter.
He was literally, yeah. He was kind of just off to the side.
We can go back and also talk about how he did explain why he was conditioned to do the things he did in New York in the Avengers timeline, is that he was actually pushed to do those things by Thanos.
He was possessed by the Mind Stone.
Exactly. So his becoming a villain is probably just brought on by the fact that everybody pointed fingers at him without actually knowing.
Yeah, if you actually watch Thor 1, he didn't kill his brother. Remember earlier, he wanted to impress his dad to kill the Frost Giants.
Yeah.
He
his own
but he did not.
It always comes sort of back to honor, right? And it makes me think of Zuko, to be honest. But different apples and oranges, whatever. You know what I mean? But going back to Thor Ragnarok, do you remember Loki inadvertently helps out Thor.
That's
right?
because he actually felt some kind of connection with his brother at the point because they were seeing Asgard get destroyed.
Of course, they both have that love, at least that shared love for their homeland.
Also because of the dad told before Odin passed away, he told
I
will still love you as a son. That's when we saw the episode 1, like, oh shoot, like I had feelings for like, so at least he knew that his dad actually did love him. So.
Right. In some way or fashion, right? And then going back to episode 4 of Loki, right? After they've been brought back to the TVA, when he was like, what have you done to her? Where is she? Is she alive? Whatever. And then when Mobius, something I thought was really interesting was like when he was like, you have feelings for this variant. That means you love yourself. Can you imagine how big of a narcissist you are? Like, it's just like, I was like,
that's good writing.
He's got a point. Yeah. But because like that's another version of himself, right? So it's just like interesting that like he's attracted to himself, right?
I mean, you confirm he is bisexual,
right? Remember? And that and that's cool and everything like that. And I just thought that that was a really interesting thing on Mobius' side to bring that up, right? And then he was like,
I gotta admit that I love Owen Wilson in this, by the way.
Wow,
something about Owen Wilson in this compared to everything else I've watched. Well, yeah, you can make fun of him. Wow, he's Owen Wilson. No,
I wouldn't that one wow moment.
Wow,
yes.
No what?
One wow, Loki. That was an amazing job.
Loki. Wow.
Oh my God, you're so good at it.
Wow. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I'll finish it off. Zoe, finish up that.
Yeah. So I think so that Hunter B-15, right? She confronts Sylvie again without any of the others knowing, right? Because like when they were back at that, what was it, Roxxon place? Roxxon, right? She was like, what did you do to me? What did you show me? And she was like, I just showed you what you've already known. And she's like, that can't be possible. And she's like, I can't create memories. Those were actual real memories that you had. So she was totally sold on like, okay, that has, I was happy at one time, like that was actually me, right? So like her life at the TVA is alive, right? And then so, what ends up happening is, I think, so there's another variant that they arrest, right? A little kid, I think C20. Is that right? Is that who that C20 is? Because I think I was a little unclear about that.
I can't remember now.
I can't remember a girl. No, wasn't it?
That little girl. Remember that? Like she was like building like a sandcastle or something like that, and like they came out and took her, and then like she went through the exact same process that Loki did. Going through like the changing the clothes, talking to the guy.
That was Sylvie.
That was Sylvie.
She was playing with the toys.
Yeah.
That was like a.
Was that a young Sylvie?
That was a young Sylvie.
So she was captured before. Or
was she was in custody of the TVA, right? And then she escaped.
No. So that was a young Sylvie because remember she was playing with toys and there's like Valkyrie stuff around there.
Right. She was talking about the Valkyrie toy. Yeah.
She did explain to Loki that like she said she had a life like basically I don't know if I forgot but she did talk to remember they're taken by Ravana like Kang's girlfriend in the comics. But anyway, hey, I know the comics, guys. It's not spoiler. It happened in the comics. Okay. So she did say like, why did you take? Was my timeline special? Why'd you do it? And according to her, she theorized that. So what I'm saying is, well, we'll go to theories later, but finish this episode.
Oh, sorry. Like C20 was that that variant that
guard,
said that like, huh?
C20 was the guard.
The guard that was. I think they were told that C20 was died from like some mental breakdown or something.
Yeah.
Right? And then Mobius steals Ravana's like temp pad that showed like back when like she was being interrogated, and that that she was being like interrogated while she was actually mentally sound, right? So she wasn't like mentally like breaking down or anything like that. So it's like okay. And then, Mobius starts asking questions to Ravana, right? Like, making Ravana really suspicious and stuff about the whole thing. And that's when we're like, oh, Ravana's bad. Okay, so she's in on all this. So, And then so during that time, I guess like Loki is sent to like some prison cell type thing where it's just, like it's on a loop and repeating like some old memory of the past or something of a woman that he was involved with or something like that. Like he said that he like chopped off a lock of her hair.
Oh, that was Sif. That was Sif. Remember the Warriors 3 from Thor 1?
Yeah, so
Hey,
right.
Amy Alexander coming back for the MCU. It's been a long time she came back in MCU. So I was like, oh, she was Jimmy Alexander.
Yeah, and I totally forgot about that, to be honest, because I haven't rewatched any of these old movies since they came out. So it's literally been it's been years. So I
binge watched them like a couple of months ago, and even I was just like, oh well, wow.
Wow.
Literally,
wow. Everybody is just amazing.
Okay, so after that, after Mobius has seen that footage, right, of C20 being interrogated, he's like, oh my god, Loki was right this whole time, right? So he goes back into Loki's prison cell where it's on a loop, and he goes, you're right, let's work together, we can do this much, we're friends, blah blah blah, whatever, bromance. And then they come back out to find Ravonna back there, and then she prunes him, right? She prunes him for confronting him about all of this, right? And then
I cried. I was like, no! I
was like, no! I know he's not dead. He can't be dead, right? I mean, it's too early for that.
Trailers. Yeah, he's running something in a truck. Come on, he's not dead.
So yeah, and then after that, Ravonna takes Sylvie and Loki to the Timekeepers, right? So it's like, oh my gosh, we finally get to see the Timekeepers. And what do we find out about the Timekeepers?
They're robots.
They're robots. They all machines sitting up on some platforms, right? It's like, okay. And then so, what's her name? Sylvie just takes like a sword and just like decapitates one of them, finds out just like powered off. It's like, okay, so they're like androids pretty much. It's like they're like not actual like Time Lord, Timekeeper type people, thingies, whatever you want to call them. So, and then, when I guess Loki just stands in front of Sylvie and is about to say something, right? And I thought they were about to kiss. Not even gonna lie, I was waiting for this. I was like, "Oh my god, do it!" And then he gets pruned.
I can imagine you'd be like,
it's Zen and Wes all over again.
Zen and Wes.
And then she I think so. Actually, even before that, right? The B-15 Hunter comes in to help with the, saving them. I guess he goes like, she says something, right? As she comes in, to help Loki and Sylvie.
Yeah, she brings the time callers.
Right. She does that. They come off, and then they have this cool battle, whatever, in which Sylvie was fighting off Ravonna or whatever her name is, Ravonna, and Loki was handling the other guards. And then was B-15 pruned?
No,
I don't remember. No, right? No. Where did she go then?
She was knocked out.
Oh, okay. So she was knocked out, and so Sylvie, after Ravonna prunes Loki, right? Sylvie's about to kill Ravonna, but then she's like, "No, I'm not going to kill you. I want you to tell me everything."
Okay.
Right? So, to be honest, I don't watch unless it's a Marvel movie in theaters. I'll watch the post-credit scenes because that's important for the next movie, right? Or post things. I didn't see the post-credit scene.
Okay, or can I jump in on this one?
We're spoiling it. Sorry, Zoe.
It's okay. I was spoiled anyway. He wakes up in some post-apocalyptic New York City, right, or something.
Yep.
We're gonna go into Young Avengers,
and we see 3 Lokis. Oh my god, Young Avengers is coming! Young Avengers is coming! I was like, oh my god, wait, no way. Cody, explain who those three Lokis are, because you know.
I didn't see them, so whoever knows.
Cody, go.
No, you do it.
No, you do it. I talk too much.
I don't. I no. Go ahead.
Do it. You do it. No, you do it. You do it. Do it.
So from what I have understood, when it comes to this post-credit scene, whatever, he wakes up in this post-apocalyptic New York City and finds a bunch of other Loki variants, right? And then they tell him join me, whatever type thing.
Yeah. So the Loki variants, those are actually kind of Lokis from different timelines in the comic books. So you had more Ultimate, you had the normal timeline, and you had so it kind of confirms that there is that Earth 616 exists in the MCU. the original comic book timeline that Stan Lee made in the 1960s, no 40s.
That's a nice thing for a nice little homage to Stan Lee.
And then, like, of course, the Loki kid from Young Avengers with the little, and of course the fat Loki from I forgot what timeline was he. So I was like, holy shoot, multiverse is happening. Legit. That post.
Every time I see a multiverse like reference, I'm just like, man, this is gonna be amazing when Spider-Man No Way Home comes out.
So I had to predict
Loki into the Loki-verse.
I had to predict Sam Raimi's Spider-Man might be 616. There's a high chance that could be 616. So, you already know what's gonna happen. Maguire and Garfield's coming back, and and the Lego leak.
It wasn't just Lego leaks. Now we got Funko Pop leaks, and we
got Lego leak.
I never was crazy about the Funko Pop craze. I have a couple, but I mean, like, I don't care for them too much.
Yeah,
I have a couple too.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, nice.
We're going straight to multiverse. We'll go right there for Loki. If this is true, that these are different Lokis from, they are different Lokis. Because you actually go look at a leak from Luminary, by the way, the Lego leak for Spider-Man No Way Home. There is a Spider Slayer.
Oh yeah.
And where was Spider Slayer introduced? In Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, because Alistair Smythe was in Amazing Spider-Man. Well, Smythe, yeah.
Everybody's calling that a Scorpion drone, though, just to push that.
Oh yeah, I think it might be in it. Yeah, it might be Scorpion. Never mind. No, you're right. But
no, I would prefer Alistair Smythe.
Yeah. So, anyway, going back to Loki theories, I have a feeling overall. Ratings for episode 2, 10 out of 10. Screw it. I get all 10 out of 10s. They're all good.
They're all good. I personally, I really liked the third one because it got really like raw in terms of like them, talking about themselves, right? And like having that, heart to heart, if you will. And I really like that because we never seen Loki like that. So we never seen him trust anybody, right? Other than, maybe like Thor that one time, right? And so it was really exciting to do that.
B.D. Cooper.
I'll
say this, yeah. Honestly, I love, even though it's like 6 episodes only. Holy shoot! This is like my favorite Marvel TV.
They've covered a lot in that time span. Like
we have 2 more episodes, right?
2 more episodes.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's only 6 episodes.
I didn't know this.
Because they're all 1 hour. They're all 1 hour each. That's why.
No, but I didn't know that it was that few episodes. I thought it would be like like a full length,
To be fair, they have more to tell in a 6-episode story arc than a 2-hour movie, and since each episode's an hour long, you have a 6-hour story going. So
Also, rumor has it it's gonna be a second season. So
rumors.
The second season.
That's good.
The reason why Falcon and the Soldier was only like 12 or 8 because of course it's only 1 season because you're going to introduce WandaVision is only 1 season. It's not gonna be season 2. It's only 1 season. But Loki is I think we'll have a season 2. I think they want to explore more of the multiverse.
Yeah, see that would make sense because I like the idea of them explaining more about these characters, Loki and Sylvie in general, because now we have a whole new Loki. We have this Sylvie character. I'd like them to explore everything a little bit more. Maybe have them involved somehow in some future Marvel movies.
Yeah, the multiverse.
Madness or Doctor Strange, maybe they can somehow have them in there.
Well, isn't that what WandaVision is kind of preparing for? Like it's kind of leading up to that new Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah, WandaVision is gonna be the Doctor Strange movie, but I heard she's gonna have a cameo in Spider-Man No Way Home.
Who, Wanda is?
Yeah, like a post-credit scene. Rumor has it that she'll make a post-credit scene because technically No Way Home was supposed to be after Doctor Strange, but now it's before Doctor Strange.
There are too many puzzle pieces for what we expect from No Way Home not to happen since Sam Raimi's directing that movie.
Now, when are they? So No Way Home is going to be something completely different than the rumored other Spider-Man movie they're doing, right? The one like the multiverse one. Is that
different? That's the multiverse movie.
No, is that the one?
Into the Spider-Verse is the animated series.
I know that, but as in the one that they're talking about with Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire.
We're seeing it this December.
Yeah, this December.
Is that No Way Home?
Yes, No Way Home. Why do you think there's no trailer yet? Like, you're keeping it so.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm just a little slow.
Wait, okay, so Multiverse of Madness is supposed to be coming out before No Way Home, right?
No, before. So originally it was WandaVision, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, but COVID happened. Now they rearranged it to WandaVision, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange. So
Okay.
Doctor Strange.
Well, see, that might work out in favor considering Doctor Strange is being directed by Sam Raimi.
Yeah, and
I mean, we know he directed all the Spider-Man movies.
And Maguire just spotted New York last week.
I'm going there next week, and I'm hoping to get a photo with him.
Maguire was spotted last week, and there was pictures of a goblin glider around the streets of New York.
That's so cool.
I think so. Yeah.
William Dafoe coming back for Spider-Man, like.
Hey, if I do catch him, because he walks around Central Park every day, if I go to Central Park and he happens to be there, I'm not going to shove the camera in his face, but I'm going to have my phone to the side and ask him, so can you talk about some spiders and some men for me?
Spiders. So how was that Tom Holland? It was easily a good workplace for me.
I'm going to go grab a drink real quick. Is that okay?
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, that's fine.
It's like right here. I'm just.
Okay, no worries. So anyway, my theory is, who's the main villain for this series? It's Kang.
Oh yeah, we already established this last time. You think Kang's going to be the main villain?
Like, especially the androids. That's Kang, because Kang is legit half android.
Yeah.
So I am a little behind about all that stuff. I don't know who that is. So if you could let me know who that is. I'm going to put my mic on mute while I bring out my food, because I don't want it to like kind of interfere with anything.
All right, don't worry, I got you. I can put you. Here you go. Oh, okay. So, Kang the Conqueror is one of the most dangerous villains in Marvel history.
Bigger than Thanos.
Not really bigger than Thanos. You can say like near Thanos, like the side. I mean, it's still Galactus. Galactus is still the higher up.
Yeah, Galactus would be a big deal. We'll probably see that in Fantastic Four, and this time he won't be a planet eater that looks like a freaking cloud. Yeah,
because Kang the Conqueror is actually one of the biggest Marvel villains in Marvel history. The reason why he's that deadly, because even though he doesn't have powers, he's basically Lex Luthor. Basically Lex Luthor and you got to combine another villain, Lex Luthor and Doctor Doom combined. Because
the reason why I say he's better than Thanos is because he doesn't have that power, and he somehow still has that that threat. It makes him seem much more. He seems much more powerful without the powers. It's a really weird kind of like duality to evil.
Who the
Kang the Conqueror.
He's like Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor's like very. He's like.
Lex might be able to fight Superman without a tech suit, but you know damn well it's going to have kryptonite attached to it, and that's the only way you can fight him.
Because Kang can F you up mentally. Because Kang's power technology is all time travel, so he can legit change timelines in the Marvel comics. That's why there was actually I forgot what event was it. Like he actually did F up a timeline, and the Avengers had to go back just to fix it. But he also had another timeline, so that's why he's a thorn on your side. Kang did more damage than Thanos in the comics.
Yeah, that's why I consider him more of a threat than Thanos. He's going to be a big deal in this. I'm actually curious what route they're going to go with Kang, because, he obviously is something that a lot of Marvel fans are wanting. But I think Kang should probably have more time than he's given. If he's like a last episode thing, it's going to be like really hard for me to accept, because I want to see him actually be a threat in the future. Which he could be.
No, Kang's gonna be Ant-Man 3.
Is he gonna be in Ant-Man 3?
He's gonna be in Ant-Man 3.
See, I haven't been following Ant-Man 3.
He's been casted already. I think who's casted?
I haven't followed it either.
Yeah, because I wasn't a big fan of Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Wow.
I kind of liked it.
Wow, I hated it.
Wow.
I'm gonna have her choke on her food by the end of this episode.
Wow.
About it.
Wow. Wow. Okay,
Stop crying. I'm better at it, Ryan.
Shush. Okay. Let's see. Who's playing him? He's been cast already. Kang Conqueror is being played by. Give us that, people. Doing me a favor. Playing. Oh, Jonathan Majors.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna be like that guy at the ending of Guardians of
Remember
the Galaxy.
you watch Lovecraft Country?
What?
Do you guys watch Lovecraft Country?
No.
Oh, do you watch
No.
Yeah. You watch Black Man San Francisco?
No.
Okay, he's being played by this guy. Okay.
Okay.
He is a guy with a face.
And the name.
Played by this guy. This yeah.
Okay. I mean, that actually fits.
Zoe, this is Kang. That's Kang.
Okay.
So Kang the Conqueror is basically your phase 4 main villain now.
Okay. Cool.
That is a valuable threat.
And keep in mind, there's no Avengers film coming out this phase. The last phase of phase 4 is Fantastic Four.
Young Avengers, Young Avengers, Young Avengers.
That's true. I mean, no, there's no Tony Stark, right? There's no. Well, Captain America has retired his role and given it to.
Nah, he went to the moon.
And then what else? Yeah. Okay, so there's not going to be another Avengers movie then. So it's going to go on to what you said.
They are doing a Hawkeye TV show. I forgot about that too.
Hawkeye's next. That's the final TV show for. Oh no! After the Hawkeye is Moon Knight, and then
and then we got She-Hulk. Yep.
Oh, that's right.
And Miss Marvel.
Oh my God! I'm so excited for Miss Marvel. Can I take like 2 minutes?
Here we go.
Miss Marvel is the first Pakistani female heroine, and I'm like, yes, queen. I am Pakistani American. Why didn't they cast me?
He's like, Marvel, what'd you do? Marvel.
He's like, come on, Marvel, y'all had one job. But anyway, I'm just a salty millennial. But you know, like, I'm so excited to finally see, my kind of representation. I was never a huge complainer about the lack of representation of my culture and my background, but the fact that it's finally now happening, I was losing my ever-loving mind. Okay, and I don't think it's getting like a big major movie. It was coming out on Disney Plus, right?
No, so Kamala Khan will appear in her own series, and then she'll appear in Captain Marvel too. It's actually called The Marvels now. So it's gonna be.
Look at her. You're like making her like look like she just ate a bowl of sugar.
Jesus.
Well, okay, so my actual last name is Khan, right? So Zoe's not my actual name. I have a really super ethnic name. It's Zoha Khan, right? That's how it's pronounced, right? But my friends call me Zoe. So when I saw Kamala Khan, I was like, oh my God. Like, this is finally happening. And like I saw the teaser for it, and I was like the little like behind the scenes like thing that they released. And I was like, okay. The next convention I'm going to.
I was going to say, coming soon to a convention near you, Zoe.
Yeah, we're gonna record Zoe.
Exactly.
Record Zoe in front of her, Miss like Marvels, and then she goes crazy like Kingdom Hearts. Anyway,
hey.
Anything can make this girl go insane. Like this. This girl can make her go insane. It's her drug. Anyway, so yeah, Loki. I give 2, 3 episodes, 2, 3, 4, 10 out of 10s. I love it all. Good writing. Movies is amazing. Good writing, and everything. Nothing changed. All good writing.
I have no major complaints.
Same here.
Nothing like just like some subtle like little like maybe minor things, but like it's nothing like it's got nothing to it doesn't have anything to do with my impression of the series as a whole. Like, it doesn't take away from that. So I think it's a great show. And I love the soundtrack. The soundtrack is great. I should have seen that coming. But no, like that aside, like the score is really good. And I love the ending theme. It's really, really well done. Just like the cinematography of the entire show is really gorgeous too. And I mean, obviously, like a lot of it like looks super fake because it is, right? Because I mean, they're on different planets. But when they were sitting on Lamentus about to be like, smushed to death, like I just thought that looked like a screensaver, like that they were looking at. But I mean, other than that, like I think it's great, and I love Tom Hiddleston.
All right, Cody, score.
He didn't call me Buttery Boy. What a shock. Okay.
Owen Wilson twin. What's your score for 2, 3, and 4?
I'm gonna say a solid 8.5 out of 10 for the
I
whole.
think I would agree.
It's mostly because I felt like there was a lot of like filler in between episodes, or certain episodes seemed like it dragged out a little bit, and but overall these episodes as a whole, yeah, I think they were pretty good. I can't wait to see the other 2 episodes. It's gonna be an interesting experience.
All right, so overall it's a 9 out of 10. So let's go to the comment section before we leave. Okay. Yeah.
Woo!
Such a great.
Love that people are agreeing with me.
Love it. Great fun collection. Yeah. Okay.
Everybody's loving me today.
Oh my gosh. And she's dropped.
As you should.
Wow, Zoe. You dropped your food. Wow.
I dropped my food.
Wow, Zoe. Wow, you totally dropped your food. Just wow.
You want to make me drop more food?
Wow. Wow.
I love you're trying so hard, Ryan.
Shut up.
And then it comes so naturally to you.
It sounds just like Ryan's just saying wow like a normal way. Just sounds like Ryan. Ryan's impression of Owen Wilson is
Our Lord, what? Excuse me? What you say?
Oh.
That's another one.
Sorry, let me blow up that balloon.
All right, guys. So this is the Buttery Show. Where can you find you? Starting with Buttery Boy. It's dark there.
You can find me in New York next week. I'm kidding. Because you can find me on my YouTube channel, Cody's House of Geek. I am going to be going to New Jersey and New York. I'm going to meet Jay and Silent Bob. We're going to go check out some filming locations for the Clerks movie. So it's going to be a fun video. And you can check out my 90s page, Growing Up in the 90s on Facebook.
Keep dropping my food.
Wow, Zoe.
Wow. It's always just wow. Everybody's just dropping this damn food in this damn.
Okay, anyway, so Zoe, our new member, where can you find you?
I'm most active on Instagram. I am in the process of, I've created a new Instagram because I have made a new Instagram for all the things that I'm passionate about, right? And it's going to be mostly like art, dancing, singing, right? Because it's like a 3 post per, or 3 posts per row, right? So like, I don't know if I want to like have people on that yet, but my original like Instagram is Sumima Simpai.
Okay.
Sumima_Simpai because I wanted to be funny. So
Simp.
And you can find me being what you have this hammer in Instagram, DancerBoy247 at Buttery Show. Please all follow us at Face. Oh God.
That reminds me of when. Do you remember in the first Thor movie when he has his first drink? He goes like, he drinks, he's like, and then down goes like another, and then Loki does the exact same thing when he gets drunk.
Oh yeah, we totally forgot to mention that. That was fun.
Put lightsaber back on, bro. Put it back on. This is a screenshot. Okay, so anyway,
this thing is bright as hell. Oh yeah, a lightsaber and Thor's hammer. We get a styrofoam cup defeats all of it.
Oh my God.
The styrofoam cup of sugar.
Oh my God. All right, guys. So this is the Buttery Show. I do have another show after this. It's at Morphin Network. It's gonna start happening in 20 minutes.
I will not be there.
I know. This girl will maybe.
I'm sorry. I know.
But it was fun having you here, though.
This show.
Yes. All right, guys.
You only here for 5 minutes, but you lasted the most of the show, so that was nice.
Yes. All right, guys. This is the Buttery Show. We'll see you guys maybe reviewing maybe Bad Batch or another movie and stuff. So let's see. Maybe
I will not be here. I will be in New York.
It's okay. Your variant's here with me, so yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, you said no.
My variant, you say?
Yeah, this is your variant. This is your Loki.
I don't know what that was.
All right, guys. This is the Buttery Show. We'll see you guys again soon and talk to you guys again. Bye.
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 Smile and wave, girl and boy. Smile and wave variants. Okay.